Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Donovan. Welcome to this Monday morning, or whenever you're watching this video. We are continuing with the journey that we've been on, which is the next level motivation principle for living life to the fullest. I am the author, and I'm going to be reading through this as we have all last week. If this is your first time, definitely go to either my Facebook page or you can go to my YouTube page and you can see all 6 from last week. We had a great time. We had a lot of great engagement from all those that was on. I want to welcome everybody on this morning to this week. Today is episode number 7 of the Next Level Motivation Principles for Living Life to the Fullest book reading. And so again, I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it, getting a chance to just kind of share some things, some thoughts, and some ideas with you as you travel along the way. I want to welcome you this morning. Okay, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning here this morning, man. We are above the clouds this morning, and it is just absolutely amazing. I'm here this week just to kind of give you a little sneak peek. Thank God for it. This is my once a year. And I talk about it all the time. Once a year, I take kind of a little sabbatical. I kind of take a little time to get away, just to kind of relax, restore, recover, rejuvenate, and then rewrite the vision, rewrite the plan. And last week was perfect because I talked about in chapter 1 of the book last week, it was talking about knowing your value and understanding the results of self-love. And so we talked about that self-love. The result of self-love will be self-discovery, it's self-concept, it's self-image, it's self-esteem, knowing yourself. And part of that is exactly what I'm doing to this week. And so again, I'm not just telling you guys or sharing with you what to do. I'm actually giving you some insight, and I'm actually walking that thing out. There's nothing like having somebody tell you some advice and they're not taking it for themselves. And so this week, just get a chance to kind of restore, recover, rejuvenate, relax, rewrite the vision, rewrite the plan. What is the next part? What is the next 6 months, 7 months going to look like? And let me look at myself. What brought me up to this point? As I mentioned, my biggest thing, one of the things that I enjoy the most in connecting with people is helping them understand their past, helping them understand how they got to this point. Now, I'm not saying making excuses for where they're at, but sometimes we need help understanding that, our past wasn't that bad. The mistakes or adversity or trials and tribulations, they wasn't the negative. They were actually the stepping stones to get us where we are at this moment right now. So again, I want to give a shout out today to you guys. And then secondly, I want to just say my prayers go out to everybody in Jacksonville with the mass shooting yesterday. Yes, it is a horrific thing. It's a horrific thing when you feel like you can't go to a public place and feel safe and secure. And I think at the end of the day, every life matters, and no life is worth being wasted over anything. And so again, my prayers continue to go out. And then beyond the prayers, I think the thing that we need to always do is we need to take action. And what is the action that we can take? We're grateful that we have the right to have a voice. We have a right to protest. We have a right to vote. We have a right to do what we need to do. That is one of the greatest things of being an American, is the democratic process and your ability to vote. So I think that it's time for us to continue, as you said, beyond just a prayer. Yes, God gave us authority here on this earth to do what it is that we're here to do. So imagine this, God is basically waiting and watching us to see what we're going to do. And that's why he says where 2 or more gathered in his name, there I am also. And so again, where we gather together for the same cause, when 2 or more touch and agree on anything, let it be established. What are we agreeing on? So that's what we first got to do. We got to agree. What is important here? What is the most important thing? And then before we ever move forward, okay, we got to find out, why do we want this? What is the benefit of it? What's causing me to make this decision or to stand with this position in my life? And then we make decisions to collectively with shared purpose and shared values. And so again, my heart goes out, my prayers goes out, and then also you better know that whatever I can do to support the cause, whatever I can do to get in the city, whatever I can do to get to talk to people, to help people, to share with people, connect with them, inspire them, motivate them, encourage them, walk with them, understand people got issues. We all got issues, right? We all got issues. And we all need somebody to walk alongside of us and help us. And so again, whatever we can do, you do what you can do. You do what you can do. And we change our world and we impact our world one person at a time. And so we're about to get into the book reading, man. But again, I'll be remiss if I did not continuously show the beauty of just this world, the beauty of God's great creation, the beauty of the things that, listen, the same one that made this made you. The same one that made this said, guess what? You're more of a masterpiece than anything you see here today. You are that masterpiece. You are the one that's here to govern, to control, to manage over all of this. And so if you give up your authority, if you give up your rights, if you give up your voice, if you give up your position, if you give up your power, then that's nobody's fault but yours. But today we want to, again, part of being the next level motivation, principles for living life to the fullest, has everything to do with us taking a stand, knowing what we believe, why we believe it, and then continuously living it out. And so here we are today. Okay, we're going to get into chapter 2. So last week we talked about self-love. And at the end there were 10 questions that were asked for you. So again, if you haven't checked it out, go back. You can watch it on YouTube because I'm actually uploading everything on my YouTube page, and you can watch it also on Facebook as well. But definitely be a part, be engaged. If you're just going to watch this and say, oh, I just got my little morning fix and I'm not going to do anything about it, I would tell you, man, for the most part, just turn it off. I don't mind you watch it, but turn it off because I'm all about action. This is what I used to say to my teammates, man, in my 10 years of NFL experience. Let your actions speak so loud that I don't have to hear words you say. Let your actions speak so loud that I don't have to hear words you say. You want change? Show me change. You want to be better? Show me you want to be better. You want a better life? Show me you want a better life. You want a better marriage? Show me you want a better marriage. You want to be healthier? Show me you want to be healthier. Show me that. Don't tell me about it. Show it to me. So today is all about action, all right? So now we're going to get into chapter 2 here today. But again, I just wanted to share the prayers and thoughts and just the empowerment towards, hey, let's do what we can do. Don't listen. Don't let anything stop you from creating the world that you desire, that we need, all right? Chapter 2. Chapter 2 says, life is a journey. Life is a journey. Here's a couple quotes in the beginning of chapter 2. It says, life is a journey that must be traveled no matter how bad the road and accommodations. Oliver Goldsmith. Next one says, life is a river. It keeps flowing, flowing, and flowing until it merges into the sea. Nothing can stop the flow of life, but you can enjoy the journey. Anonymous. Next one, life doesn't have several routes, just one. And that is the route we all have to take. Herman Steinhardt. Here's the beginning of chapter 2. Purpose is the end that started everything. You may have heard the expression that life is not a sprint, but a marathon. There are times in our lives when we're going through the toughest season and we can't wait for it to be over. You know, those times when we sound like that 8-year-old child in the backseat of the car asking the same irritating question of, are we there yet? Everyone's life has hills and valleys, but sometimes it may seem like you're on the wrong track or that someone else is traveling the road that was intended for you. Well, I'm here to encourage you that life is a journey with hills and valleys, and is nothing and is anything but linear. There are curves, there are twists, there are turns that initially look like tragedies in our lives that we later find out were just the training tools for our destination. In this chapter, I will share some principles on safely traveling and navigating through this wonderful journey that we call life. When most people think of the word purpose, it makes them think about what they should be doing. I want to introduce you to the idea that purpose has more to do with who you are becoming than what you are doing. Your purpose is much more about your original intent, your design, and the finished product you'll become than it is about who you are at this right now moment. As you travel down the street, you may notice an empty parking lot with a sign up. On that sign, it may have a picture of the building that will soon be built. This building's design, although not yet actualized or manifested, has already been completed in the mind of its maker. The architect took their time thinking about what they wanted to create, what it would look like, where it would be located, and the purpose that it would fulfill. No matter what type of building it winds up, as it has a purpose to fulfill, whether it becomes a bank that allows people to house or it becomes to be able to house and invest their money, or maybe an office building where organizations operate their businesses. And because the building has a design purpose, know this, everything on the picture hanging in that empty lot has a purpose. Now, see, I'm sure you've seen the same thing. I know you've seen that. You've walked by buildings and empty lots, and you've seen that. You've seen a lot, and you've seen this picture. And I was talking to my daughters, a couple weeks ago, and we did it, and it was a great teachable moment. And on that picture, they were so detailed that they not only showed the condos in this parking lot that would be built, they showed cars in the parking lot. They showed people on the balconies. See, the architect and the designer did everything they could to make it as detailed as possible on what it was going to be. And so in the mind of the designer, that building is already done because they already laid it out. Now, all they do now is they now give the plans to the people who are enabled enough and have the ability to bring it to pass. You see, so is the same thing in your life. You see, purpose has everything with the reason, the original intent, the design of something or someone. You see, God, the great designer of this world, the Bible says about the creator of the world says that God is unique in that he begins with the end in mind. And God starts in the end of a thing, and then he works himself backwards. Did you remember when you was a little kid and we used to have those little Hot Wheel cars? And you put those little cars down, and it has springs in the wheels? And when you put the car down, you roll it back. Okay, you start with the end in mind. You start with the end, where it's going to finish, and you roll it back. And then when you roll it back, the springs tighten up and you let it go. And when you let that car go, then all of a sudden it rolls and it goes to the end. You see, life is very much that way. You see, in everything in life, we have to begin with the end in mind. We have to start at the end. You were designed with the end in mind. Your situations that you're in, the very fact that you started them means that they're already finished. You see, that's a powerful thing to realize. The very fact that you've been started, just know this and be confident in this, that there is an end in mind. Because God is a God of purpose, which means this. God never does anything without a purpose. And everything has a purpose. And because God starts things, which automatically means that there's an end to it, just know this. The very fact that you're at the season that you're in right now, there is an end to it. The very fact that you're here right now, there's an end to you. There's another level to you. There's another chapter to you. There's a place that you're going through right now. There's a place you're going to right now. You see, purpose has everything to do with the original design. How were you designed? How were you specifically designed? You see that building that's in that empty parking lot? It was designed so that it can house people, so people can come and go. It had a parking lot, it had trees, it had everything. It was designed for people to come get rest. It was designed for people to have dinner, to come associate. It was designed for it to be beautiful. It was designed with the colors for it to stand out. It was designed with all these different things. And then they put a picture up for you to see it and admire it. You see, right now today, when you meet people today, when you walk and you talk to people today, when they see you today, here's the most amazing thing. They haven't seen the finished product yet. They haven't seen the finished product. You're still becoming. Just like people see a product, they see that sign, and they see what it's going to become. The people right now that's watching you, that's looking at you, who you are, the person you see in the mirror, you're still on this journey. But just be comforted and just know this, be encouraged to know this. This is not where you're going to be forever. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. That's why that script, that passage, that quote that I continue to say, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is the present, it's a gift of God, and it's only meant for you to open it up. It's only meant for you to unwrap it. It's only meant for you to enjoy it. And so when we understand that life is a journey, life is not linear. Life is not linear. That means that there's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs, there's going to be some things that we go through. There's going to be some things that we go through that we just don't quite understand. We're wondering, why do they happen? We feel like we're taking one step forward and two steps backwards. It seems like we're in a relationship and sometimes we're doing everything that we can, but it seems like we always find ourselves getting hurt. We always find ourselves getting disappointed. We actually putting forth our effort. We're putting our vision down. We're writing things down, but it doesn't seem like it's coming to pass for us like it does for someone else. But my encouragement to you, keep walking, keep moving, keep building, keep being developed. Don't stop the race. Don't get off the track. Matter of fact, if you get off the track, if you got to take a break, which we do sometimes, get back on. Because listen, life can only be remembered backwards, but it must be lived forward. And so listen, man, I hope this morning, man, today was episode 7 of the Next Level Motivation, the book, Principles for Living Life to the Fullness. Today was episode 7, where we talked about a little bit, touched on the purpose, that everything in life has a purpose. Everything. And there's a purpose to everything. Remember these last things as we get ready to go here about purpose. Number 1, everything in life has a purpose, and there's a purpose to everything. And know this, that man does not know the purpose of everything, because every purpose is not known to mankind. What does that mean? That means that you may be going through something right now and you have no idea what the purpose of it is. But the designer who made you, who put you together, who put in you everything you need, there isn't any problem, any situation that you ever face that you're not equipped from the inside out to handle. But you have all the power and ability right now to either go through it or retreat, move forward or to stop. My encouragement to you, and the reason why we do this, is I want to encourage you to keep walking this thing out. And so listen, man, you guys be encouraged today. Don't forget, if there's any questions you have, if there's any comments, if there's anything you want us to discuss at the end of these messages, okay, I'll go ahead and touch base on those things as well. So definitely, share your comments, share your feedback, all those things. Listen, I want to thank you guys again. Remember, I'm going to upload these videos after they're done to YouTube, to my YouTube page, so you can definitely take a look at it from there. Listen, y'all be blessed today, man. Let's make a difference one person at a time, man. Listen, use your vote. Use your vote. Because, again, that's one of the most powerful things you have, the ability to say, hey, I'm here, and this is what I say. This is what I believe. This is what I'm going to do. Okay? Complaining don't do nothing. But what can happen is you taking the necessary actions needed. So I want to give a shout out to everybody that's got a chance to come on this morning. Everybody on the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everybody out there, man. So thank you guys for everything, man. Listen, God bless you, man. Love you guys much. Shout out, a couple shout outs, man. My Big Nate, what's up, boss, man? Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Man, listen, you really enjoy your show. So listen, man, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Y'all be blessed, and let me know what you guys think. All right, peace out.